With it being Women's History Month all month, we're looking at female veterans in our area who continue to work to serve other vets.
Women have long played important roles in our military branches, even before they were officially allowed in combat roles.
In this week's Serving Those Who Serve, Trooper Steve introduces us to a woman who served in the Marine Corps and served veterans for years afterward.
That is absolutely right, ladies. So we are kicking off this month with Sergeant Yuritsa Perez. Yuritsa, so first of all, thank you for being here with me. This is so awesome.
Thank you, it's my honor.
Especially knowing that you are from the Kissimmee area and you went to Gateway High School. I get excited anytime.
Gotta represent.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, let's address this. It is Women's History Month. You were in the Marine Corps.
I was.
And to most people watching, like I'm a vet too, so it's like, of course, yeah, she was in the Marine Corps.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people are like, a woman in the Marine Corps. You associate Marine Corps with a very combat role. Talk to me a little bit about that.
The Marine Corps is quite a challenge, but it was probably one of the best things that I was able to do for myself and for my family. It's a huge honor. It's a great tradition that it's in my family as well, just within our community. But it's also just something to do something greater than myself, something for my community. I used to volunteer a lot when I was a kid with my mom. So it just seemed right just to kind of go from volunteering a lot, playing sports, being part of like a unit or a team. Mm-hmm. The Marine Corps just seemed the right fit. And at Gateway High School, we have the ROTC Marine Corps,
right.
So it was a shoe in there.
So when you went through that process, can you think of any particular thing that was maybe extra challenging
The entire thing.
Got it, okay.
I mean, let's be
Wrap it
real.
up. No, you're right.
The Marine Corps is the toughest of the tough, right?
Right.
We are the toughest branch, the one we have the most difficult training. It's also the longest training. And
that's true.
It shows, right?
Yeah, it shows. I was an Air Force guy, and all the time they're like, yeah, you went to that abbreviated boot camp. And I'm like, no, I joined right when they extended to the Army, but it was nowhere close to the Marine Corps training. And I think that speaks volumes because once a Marine, always a Marine. So you separated from the service back in 2013.
I did.
Okay, and you've been spending the last several years giving back. So talk to me a little bit before we talk about what's on your shirt.
So it took me a while when I got out of the Marine Corps because I thought that I was just going to hit the ground running. I'll find a job. Everything's going to be great once I hit the civilian world. And I struggled. I struggled a lot. It's really good to have a little bit of solitude from time to time, but that can slowly slide into isolation, which can be very dangerous, especially for veterans. Going from military town, and I've been a Marine since I was 17 years old.
Right.
So now here I am, what do I do now with my life? I just wasn't sure where to go. I need to find a new sense of purpose and sense of belonging. And it's really difficult to find that when Mickey Mouse is living right down the street.
Right,
You're going from like Marineville, San Diego, Camp Pendleton, California.
To rainbows and unicorns.
To rainbows and unicorns and
Right.
Mickey Mouse, right? So it was a huge adjustment for me. It was a huge adjustment for my family because they were expecting the 17-year-old bubbly me.
Absolutely.
And now here I come back as a war-torn, veteran, hardened Marine.
Right.
And it was a huge transition. One of the things that I started to do was I did find Wounded Warrior Project, and in one of the events, I started golfing, which I am not a golfer, but I started golfing. It's a Florida thing to do, right?
Right.
We're in Florida. And then I started volunteering with an organization called The Mission Continues, and that organization does a lot of community service projects. We're getting out to some of those underserved communities, which is amazing. It just kind of gave me a new sense of purpose and how I can repurpose my service and getting out to the community.
And then now we're rocking Wounded Warrior Project. Everyone knows who they are.
Yes, and before I even got there, I don't mean to cut you off, but I found this amazing organization called Moms Clean Air Force. Actually, Eric Sandoval interviewed me about a year or two ago, doing a lot of work in the state of Florida, just helping to identify some of those communities and areas that are just contaminated and helping just clean it up because I serve my country. I want to make sure that this is a clean, safe space for the kids to play in. And it's not in some of the areas that we have.
Absolutely.
So
and then it ties into his story that he was just here
talking about.
It does,
yeah. It was amazing being able to see him still in action and doing what he does here for the state of Florida. It's absolutely amazing, and it's really important for us to get involved. And then doing some community service projects and finding out about the environment here in Florida, I'm just getting more and more active. I started to lobby, which is something I never thought I'd do.
All right.
I started to get more involved and engaged in what's going on in the community and how it's affecting not just myself, but also future generations, right? Why can't we go outside? Why is it too hot outside? So in all that journey, it brought me right back to Wounded Warrior Project, which is where I started. And this organization has literally saved my life. If at least 3 times that I'm willing to admit publicly, but our organization has a lot of different compartments to a lot of different teams and a lot of different programs The teams that, one of the first teams that veterans do get involved with is the team that I work on, which is the alumni team.
Okay.
We do a lot of awesome stuff. We plan a lot of really fun, engaging activities, and it's to get those veterans and their family members out of the house.
We need to take this conversation to a podcast.
Let's do it. I'm all about
you
it.
You have so much information. So all the challenges you've been through over the time of being a Marine, going through that, looking for that sense of purpose. What do you think our vets right now, the hardest thing they're going through in today's society right now?
In our 2022 annual survey, a lot of our veterans were expressing that they had a lot of sense of loneliness. A lot of them were spending a lot of time in isolation, and that's where I come in.
Gotcha.
I get to serve my community, I get to serve my veterans throughout the state of Florida, and we get to get those veterans out of the house and their family members. It's very important that we support the support.
Absolutely.
They need that support. I mean, they married into the crazy. We know how we are, right?
Right. So goal is to get out and about. Sergeant, I really appreciate everything that you are doing, continuing the push.
You're worth it.
It's definitely built in you, and you can see it. So I appreciate
Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely. Guys, I send it back to you.